Hey y'all, it's your girl Toya Taylor, and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 4, Episode 16. The title of this episode is Look Closely. We start the episode off with the girls in the grocery store. They went up to Sabrina. They were so excited to see her, telling her how beautiful she is, and asking her was she gonna marry Prince Brumman. So Sabrina was like, "No, we just met." So Danny, she asking them, "Is he really a prince? Is like on the throne type of prince?" And the girls they said yes. And Danny asked them, "What are they doing there?" And the girls they said, "We are from Spelman." And Danny, she said, "Oh, good, we went there." So now we find out that the college that the girls went to is Spelman. So the girls they're telling Sabrina that she is so beautiful. And if you marry him, all of the girls in our nation, they will celebrate you. So I had to hit the accent. And so Sabrina, she ain't ready for all that right now. So she like, slow down. And they asked Danny to take a picture with them with Sabrina. I mean, to take a picture of them with Sabrina. So Danny, she takes the picture, and they say they are so excited. And and so I just love that accent, y'all. And so after that, Danny asked Sabrina, she was like, "Did you know he was a prince?" So Sabrina said, "No, I was unaware of this information." And Danny said, "So you didn't look him up?" And Sabrina said, "No, I didn't know I had to." And Danny said, "Come on now. Everybody looks everybody up." And Sabrina said, "Well, I did look him up, but I didn't see anything about him being a prince." And then Danny said, "Well, I'm gonna look him up." So she looked him up. She said, "Girl, you finna be on your Meghan Markle shit. Oh my gosh, I love her." And so now Danny, she's so excited. She done passed the phone to Sabrina. She done got confirmation. So she like, he is really a prince. And so Sabrina like, we can't tell the girls this. And Danny was like, why not? Why won't you flaunt the information? And so Sabrina was like, just not now. And so now we see Fatima. She's waiting on Andy to let her know if she can go back there to talk to Zach. So Andy come out to let her know that she's not gonna be able to do nothing until tomorrow. So Fatima was like, "Well, what we gonna do? Because we can't just leave him here." And Andy was like, "What do you suggest, Bunny? Because you acting like you want to go break him out right now." And Fatima, she was like, "Well, no, I ain't trying to do that, but I do know people." And she was like, "Well, is your sources legal?" And Fatima, she had to think about it. She was like, "No." And Andy was like, "Okay, so let me deal with my sources and you deal with your legal sources." So Fatima, she was like, "Well, hit Robin up right now because I need to know something now. Go on deal with your legal sources right now." So Andy, she stepped to the side to call Robin. And Robin let her know that being that Zach have a record is gonna be complicated. But good thing is that a judge owe him a favor. So he's waiting to hear back from that judge. And he's gonna let her know. And so Andy told Fatima the information and told Fatima that she's not gonna be able to do anything until tomorrow. So Andy was like, "So what you gonna do?" And Fatima said, "I'm gonna stay here." And Andy said, "So you're gonna stay here all night?" And she was like, "Yeah." And Andy said, "No, I'm gonna take you home." And I'm just like, "Of course." Because I understand you want to be ride or die for Zach, and then on top of that, you also feeling guilty because you feel like you the reason why he's locked up right now. But at the same time, Fatima, by you spending the night at the police department, is not gonna benefit you or Zach at all. You might as well go home and get your rest so that you can be ready and your mind can be rested for in the morning so that you can go and deal with this. I mean, that's the smart thing to do. So she agreed to go home and she wanted to go by the office to get some stuff that she left, but Andy had to remind her, Hayden's still at the office. Like, is you trying to go back to jail? Like, I mean, this time I probably ain't gonna be able to pull the same strings. So Fatima was like, "Yeah, you smart." And now we see Maurice. He done walked into the bar, all mad with his lip poked out. So his friend Chris come up to him, asking him what's wrong. So he was like, "It's Calvin." And then next thing you know, we see Calvin staggering over. And he was like, "What about Calvin?" And I'm just like, how the hell he heard his name over that loud music? And so Maurice was like, "Nothing except that you let Q come live in my house." So Chris was like, "Q at your house right now?" And I'm just thinking in my head, Maurice, how you gonna say you walking around mad because you allowed your attendant to let another attendant come live? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. You acting like you can't do nothing about this. This is your home. You can kick Calvin and Q ass out of your house. You don't have to be mad because Calvin let Q come live. You can just tell Calvin, look, since you want to let him come live, now you ain't got no place to live. Both of y'all can get y'all ass out. It's just that simple. And another thing about Q living at your house in the first place, I don't even understand why the police department, why the judge ruled Q to come live at your house. That's just not clicking to me because for one, you was the one that called the cops on Q. And they came and got him from your house. You should have got a restraining order then. And even if you didn't get a restraining order, they still shouldn't allow him to come back around you. So why did they rule him to come live at your house? And why haven't you done anything about it yet? Because you acting like you can't do nothing about it. You have not tried to call the parole officer. You have not tried to call the police department. You have not tried to make a report or anything. You have not tried to get a restraining order on him or anything. You just acting like you can't do nothing about it, and I don't understand that. Then on top of that, you low key want him there because you telling Chris how he on your couch looking like a drop of chocolate syrup. So I'm like, you know how Maurice loves chocolate syrup. And I'm just like, what? So do you want him or not? Because either way it go, you stupid for the shit. Like, I don't even understand. So anyway, back at Karen's house, her and Aaron is sitting up on her couch and she's on one side eating pickles and he's on the other side drawing. So she asked him what he over there drawing. And he said, just sketching my thoughts, that's all. So she asked to see it. And he showed it to her and she was like, is that supposed to be me? And he said, it's you, but it's the older you. So he was like, look at it. And she was like, I'm not trying to see old ass me. And so he was like, no, seriously, read it. And so she was like, you read it. And he said, I want you to read it. So she read the picture and it was full of deep, meaningful, sweet words that fulfilled her heart to the point where tears started rolling down her eyes. And at that point, she couldn't really take it no more. So she passed the paper back to him and she was like, I can't read no more. At this point, I just want you to make love to me. And honestly, it kind of took me to the scene with Medea family reunion with the movie when the guy he drew the picture of the woman and told her that it symbolized her pain. The red, it was like a red line in the middle of her chest that symbolized her pain. And they made love afterwards. And it was like a remake of that scene. So I caught on to that. And Karen hopped on top and they did the do. Karen put the pickle breath on him and all. She hit him with that pickle breath. I'm not gonna lie. Karen and Aaron, they sex scene. It really was not that much of a turn on. It was kind of bland to me, and especially being that she had the pickle breath. But it was cute for what it was. So now we see Fago. He arrived at Andy's apartment to perform the sweep. And he come in, he's professional with it, and Andy, she's impressed, so she's giving him his props. He's giving her her props as well about how she's on her shit and she doing her thing. And she get a phone call from the doorman, and she was like, "Yeah, you can send him up." And so Fago was like, "You expecting company?" And Andy said, "Oh, it's just the girls." So Fago was like, "Danny coming too?" And Andy said, "Yeah, what's wrong?" And Fago said, "Man, that girl treat me like shit." And then Andy was like, "Well, she probably just don't like you that much because of your occupation, but I mean, just give her a chance or whatever." And so by that time, Sabrina and Danny, they're coming off the elevator, walking into Andy's apartment. And the first thing Sabrina said was, "Girl, I need a drink." And I'm just thinking in my mind, I bet you do. With the information you just had to take in the grocery store, you're probably gonna need two drinks. So they standing around in the kitchen talking, and Sabrina let the girls know that she went by Karen's salon today, and Karen she's been missing, and Pam told her that she left earlier with Aaron, and she's been gone ever since. And so Andy, she's looking all surprised and she like, she haven't called me today. I'm gonna call her. And Danny, she said, "Well, I need a drink right quick before I tell y'all this news right quick. Hold me up." So Andy poured Danny something to drink and Danny hit him with the hot tea. She told them that Karen said that she wants Zach back and she gonna get him back too. And so Andy was like, that's impossible because Zach is happily, very much happily with Fatima. And so Sabrina was like, yeah, Karen, she not gonna be happy with that, but I mean, what else can we do about it? Except for keep reminding her about how many STDs he gave her. And I'm just like, Sabrina, clearly if Zach was able to give her more than one STD, then reminding her about it is not gonna change anything. She's still gonna want Zach back because she wanted him back after the first STD in order for him to give her how many STDs. Does that make sense? Because clearly Karen can look over that if Zach gave her multiple STDs. So, um, Um, yeah. So now Danny, she's telling. I done forgot where I was for a minute. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to read my notes. So now, Danny, she telling them that she done already tried that. She done already tried to remind her that that ain't gonna work. Clearly, like I just said. And Andy was like, "Really? What she said?" And Danny said, she flipped the script real quick on Andy. She was like, "How about we just keep reminding you about all the bad things Gary doing to you?" And then she went trying to hear that. She was like, "Oh no, we not talking about me right now. We talking about Kevin. No, we talking about you. We talking about you too. Hell, got us up in here searching for cameras and shit." And then they had to tell her, "Hell, how you know Fago ain't up in here planting bugs in your house? How you know Gary ain't got him in here planting bugs?" So then they had to pop her in her head real quick with some sense because Andy real dizzy right now. She talking about, "Oh, you're right. Maybe I should go keep an eye on him." Yeah, maybe you should. You shouldn't have put your eyes off of him. So meanwhile, while Andy going to go check on Fago, Danny and Sabrina, they still in there worried about Karen. So they talking about pulling up on Karen, trying to see where she at, what she doing, because they assume that she went to the doctor today, and they want to find out what's going on. So before they leave, Danny pulled Fago to the side, and she asked him out on a date. And Fago, he was like, "Now I'd rather for you to cook for me at your house." So Danny, she took him up on that offer. So I guess they're gonna pick up where they left off, and Fago, he might finally get a chance since he been trying since college. So now Andy calls Robbie. She called him to cancel plans because they're going to Cameron's to go check on her. So she was like, "But you can come by and spend a night with me when I get back if you like." And Robin, he lit up then. He was into that. He would rather that. I'm pretty sure. So he agreed, and they hung up the phone. So now we see Robin going into Hayden's office, and Robin sit down and he bring up what happened earlier that day with Hayden and Zach. And so Hayden, he telling Robin that Fatima mad because he don't want her no more and she won't leave him alone. And he done moved on and got a girlfriend and now she mad trying to wreck his life. And I'm just like, hey, everything you saying Fatima doing to you is exactly what you're doing to her. Why is you in here lying so hard? And sad thing about it, Robin, he know you lying between your teeth because he already know the tea. And that's why he's sitting there smirking. It made it so funny. It made the scene so funny because Robin was just sitting there smirking, listening to Hayes, taking it all in. And whole time, like it's a policy at the law firm that you can't even date coworkers. And Hayden don't know that Robin owns the company. So Hayden is getting ready to bite his own words. So Hayden he brings up the fact that he know that Robin got dealings with Andy. And now Robin, he looking at Hayden like, "What you talking about?" And Hayden said, "Yeah, I know how you be smiling, and I know I see y'all together. I know y'all got something going on." So Robin, he said, "No, I'm gay." So now, hey, he feels so uncomfortable right now. He like, "What? You gay?" And Robin said, "Yeah, actually, you're more my speed." Oh my gosh. Robin was trolling the hell out of Hayden right there in his face. It was so funny. And so Hayden was like, nah, man, I don't get down like that. I don't get down like that. And Hayden kept brushing him off. So Robin, he left out the office, started eyeing Hayden the whole time he was leaving out. And so I know Hayden ready to call Gary and inform him about this. When the whole time it's all a game. Whole time you thinking that you running game when the game get ran on you, Hayden. You the clown. So now we see Zach call Fatima. He's in jail. And she done made it back to her apartment. She done washed up, changed her clothes. She looking all cute. And he called. When they get on the phone, she's telling him how guilty she feel and how she just want him to come home. She feel bad that he in there and she feel like everything is her fault. So he telling her that ain't nothing her fault. He ain't finna let that go down, period. So Zach was like, in the meantime, fuck all that sad shit. Tell me something good. Tell me something positive. What you got on right now? What you cooking? And she was like, I can't eat right now. I can't cook right now. I just want you to come home. So Zach was like, I don't care. Just lie to me. Shit, I'm in here. And it was a cute moment. So she was telling him that she frying some chicken for him and all this good stuff. And by that time, the time started running out on the phone. And he had to hang up the phone. So he slammed the phone down, real mad and irritated because he didn't really want to get off the phone. And they cute. They really, really is cute. I really, really do feel like they show a genuine passion on the show versus anybody else's relationship. Fatima and Zach, their passion is there. Is there. It's like real life there. And so now we see Calvin. He done staggered in to Maurice's house. And Q, he laid up on the couch with a towel wrapped around him and his legs got wide open as always. So I don't know why, but Calvin took it upon himself to go sit down at the edge of the couch by Q and started talking to Q about his problems with Sabrina. And Calvin was telling him that Sabrina think that he's gay because of the incident with the vibrator. And Q was like, whoa, you like something in your ass? And Calvin was like, yeah, I mean, you don't do that? You don't know what you're missing. And I'm just like, Calvin, why is you telling him you don't know what you're missing if you're not gay? To me, that's coming off as flirtatious. Like, as if, in other words, I show you what you're missing. And so Calvin was asking him, how don't you like that if you gay? And so Q was like, I'm not gay. And Calvin said, so you and Maurice, and he said, I'm doing this for survival. I'm not gay. I'm all about my cash. I do this with women too. And Calvin said, so you bisexual? And he said, no, I'm cash sexual. So Calvin, he cackling with him about that, talking about, well, I'm gonna have to use that one, cash sexual. And I know Calvin drunk and all that, but at the same time, why ain't you calling Maurice right now, giving him a heads up about these? Like you should be putting Q out right now for even saying any of this. Because he letting you know straight up that he's using your friend. So if Maurice is really your friend, you need to be lacing him up right now instead of cackling and mingling about it. Because you right now you having the time of your life and you shouldn't be. So, um, Q, he telling Maurice how he only do this for pay, and I mean not Maurice. He telling Calvin how he only do this for pay, and so um, before Maurice got up, I mean before Calvin got up to get off the couch, he was like he finna go to bed. He was like, "You want me to show you?" And Calvin looked at him. He was like, "I'm really finna go to bed now because you tricked me." And then he stopped and thought about it for a minute. And I don't know, but all I know is on the next episode, Maurice come through the door and he busts in his room, and whatever he seen, it shocked the hell out of him. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just thinking in my head, if there is Calvin in the room with Q, if you so cash sexual like you say, then why is you trying to have sex with Calvin? Because Calvin ain't got no cash. I don't even think Calvin got a job. I ain't never seen Calvin go to work. So I don't know, brother. You might just be gay because you didn't even ask Calvin for any cash. You got turned on and you wanted to have sex, regardless if it was a man or a woman. So stand in your truth, Q. Stand in your truth. Because Maurice just might be right. I mean, Calvin, he might do have a hard on for Q. Because honestly, I don't even understand why he sat down on the couch when he seen the brother laying there naked with his legs wide open. So Calvin needs to stand in his truth too. But we'll see you on next episode. Until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl Toya Telly. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a good night.